Okay, we need to be on page 755. We're going to do examples 1 and example 5. Now for number 1, we do need to know that the area formula for a trapezoid is 1/2 times height times base plus base. So base 1 plus base 2. So we need to identify what the bases are. So this is one of the bases, and this is one of the bases. And we need to do this first because it's parentheses. So when we add these two things together, we already have both of these as the same denominator. So 2/3 plus 1/3 is 3/3, and 3/3 is equal to 1. So what we need to do is 23 plus 4 plus 1, because 2/3 plus 1/3 is 3/3. So 23 plus 4 is 27 plus 1 is 28. So now all we have to do is go put that into this formula. So we're going to rewrite it 1/2. And the height is going to be the perpendicular line that's in between the two bases. And so that's going to be 12 and 3/4 times 28. Okay. So now, because this is multiplication, we can do this in any order. So 1/2 of 12 and 3/4, so if I can multiply 1/2 times 12 and 3/4, I can do that. Or I can multiply 1/2 times 28, and that basically is, what is 1/2 of 28? And so I'm going to just divide 28 by 2, and I get 14. Which leaves us with simply multiplying 14 times this number, which is a mixed number. So to do that, I have to make it into an improper fraction. 12 times 4 is 48 plus 3 is 51. So 51 is going to be the numerator and 4 will be the denominator. So now I'd really like to simplify this some more to make it easier for me. So I can't really simplify 1. And if I divide 51 by 1, I just get 51. So now I'm going to look at these other numbers across from each other diagonally. 4 and 14 are both even numbers, which means we can divide them by 2. So I'm going to divide 4 by 2 and I get 2. And I'm going to divide 14 by 2 and I get 7. And this makes it a much easier problem. 51 times 7 and 2 times 1. Well, I know that 2 times 1 is 2. So now I need to figure out what 51 times 7 is. So there's not a whole lot of space here. So I do think if you want to use notebook paper, you can, but I have to see a picture of that. So 51 times 7, 1 times 7 is 7, and 7 times 5 is 35. So I get 357, and I need to divide that by 2. Now, because this is something that involves fractions, I'm going to divide this, and the remainder is going to become a fraction. So 2 will go into 3 once, and I get 1 left over. Bring down the 5. 7 times 2 is 14. And I subtract that, and I get 1. And then I have 17. And then 2 times what? So it's going to be 8. And that's 16. And I have 1 left over, but because I divided by 2, 2 becomes the denominator. And I know this is not a whole lot of space here, so I'm going to rewrite this over here. 178 remainder 1 divided by 2. So 178 and 1/2 yards squared. And I'm going to circle this because this is my answer. Now this was slightly more challenging because it involved fractions. The next two are involving decimals, a whole lot easier for us to deal with. So I need you to think about how we would do the next two. Try those on your own.